British media is reporting that investigators believe they've identified the suspected perpetrators behind the Novichok attack on a former Russian spy and his daughter. Sergei Skripal and Yulia were exposed to the nerve agent in Salisbury in March. We're joined now by UK correspondent Adam Gilchrist. Adam, it's great to have you back on Checkpoint. Thank you so much for being available at 6:30 in the morning. What on earth is happening?
You're very welcome. Good morning. Yeah, it's only an hour ago that basically this story came out. So obviously things need to work their way through and details need to be checked. But at this stage, what we know is that investigators have looked at the CCTV and cross-checked with records of people who entered the UK. So they've gone through all the border control stuff. I always wonder what happens to you when you put your passport in the machine or flash it. Well, it can indeed be checked afterwards. And it's taken some time, let's be honest, since March. And, of course, we also had the second poisoning. But they reckon they've identified several perpetrators. They haven't put a number on that yet. And that they believe they are Russian. Again, the finger points east from our point of view. I have to say this is also very timely because the inquest into the death of Dawn Sturgis, she's the woman who died earlier this month after contamination from Novichok, that inquest opens today.
So so they've used, I guess, facial recognition technology, and it must be just a laborious process, a needle in a haystack, although I guess it's comparing all the needles in the haystack, right, to find out which needles match. But they are saying explicitly they believe they'd come from Russia. They are saying that explicitly?
At this stage, it has come from, it is believed that.
Right.
I mean, in other words, there are sources from the Metropolitan Police who've been asked questions and they're not being drawn too much on exactly those details. But essentially, for the police to say they think they know who did it, think of any other crime case, they don't generally say that unless they are pretty damn sure they know who did it. So if they're pointing the finger, looking at passports, looking at face recognition, looking at basically photos as well, and comparing them and thinking, yeah, they were in Salisbury at the right time to have left this substance. Also bear in mind that only a few days ago they identified that they think they found the Novichok substance in a perfume bottle of some sort that led to the second contamination.
Wow.
So they're looking at all of that. I have to say, John, they've had 100 detectives working on this, and on this case alone, and pretty much for the past, 4 months now. So I guess progress was necessary, and it looks like they've made it.
Adam Gilchrist joining us live from the UK at very short notice. We so appreciate it, Adam. Thank you, and lovely to talk to you as always. Isn't that fascinating? So it does look like investigators believe they have their man or their women or both, and they do, it seems, think they have come from Russia.